All right, we are super excited to have you all on the line tonight for our noon class. We have been working really hard behind the scenes to make sure everything is in place for you all. I have some phenomenal speakers on the line this evening that will be helping. We're going to start with just a brief information video, as you hear. We're going to start with a brief information video that's going to talk a little bit about the history of foreign exchange, just to give you an idea of what we'll be going over today. So this is a great time to make sure that you have all your snacks, make sure that you're in a quiet area. We're going to go over a lot of information in a very short amount of time. We understand some of you are on your lunch breaks, but we are excited to have you on here with us today. Make sure that you have everything that you need to take notes, because we will have some things available for you at the end to be able to ask questions and things like that. So I'm going to start our first selection, and then I'm going to invite one of our top leaders here in Columbus, Ohio, to come on the line and officially greet you all. All right, so just 1 second. All right, and you all let me know if you could see my screen, or let me know when you can. Y'all see it?
Welcome back to the iAcademy. In this video, we're going to discuss the history of Forex. Many people are curious as to how the foreign exchange market exists. To better understand, we're going to have to peer back through time to the first ever trade system called the bartering system. The bartering system existed in a time where there was no money system, and people traded goods and services such as livestock, skills, talents, salt, and even people for the goods and services they needed from others. Eventually, the bartering system was abandoned for the commodity system, where people began to trade units of commodity such as shells, rice, barley, stones, and even bits of gold, as they were deemed more valuable as civilization progressed. Then came along the first money system that came in the form of coins called the coinage. These coins were made out of electrum, which were a mixture of gold and silver and pre-weighed. This allowed people to trade what they want for what they need. This system had large impacts all around the world, and many different countries began to quickly adopt the coinage system, which gave way for people to participate in foreign trades. The Chinese then came along with the invention of paper money, which were IOU notes from the private institutions, aka banks, in exchange for holding their gold and silver. This gave way to the gold standard, where all currencies were to be backed by gold. However, due to mass printing of paper notes not being backed by actual gold, countries decided to come together to create the first monetary trading system that would be advantageous to all countries involved by keeping exchange rates fixed in foreign trades. Due to the rough nature of fixed currencies and unfair trades, 44 countries decided to come together after World War II devastated several European countries and created the bread and wood systems in 1944 that quickly ended in 1973. All the countries agreed to peg their currency to the US dollar, which led way to the dollar becoming the new global reserve currency. Countries began to float their currencies in 1994, and we saw the first online currency trading system introduced in Forex history. As modern civilization advanced, so did its mass adoption. The rest, as they say, is history. We hope you found this video insightful and informational. And now that you know how the foreign exchange market was created, let's focus on how to make money in it. We'll see you in the next video.
Welcome, everyone. Welcome. Thank you so much for joining us this beautiful Friday afternoon. Let us know where you're calling in from so I can shout you out. I'm Bessie J. I'm one of the leaders within the Columbus Trade Lounge, and I am so super excited to share this information with you today. We have some of our top educators here to inform you. Hop on in and make sure you got your notepad ready so you can take notes. This is a skill that I've been blessed with, and I am so super excited to share it with you. It's changed the entire trajectory of my life, and I would be very selfish to not share that skill with you. So again, I'm looking forward to it, and I'm very excited to get this information to you. Our team is phenomenal, and here we go. Hey there. Hi, Courtney. How are you? I'd like to introduce you all to my phenomenal mentor, Mrs. Nakay Willis. She is a woman who wears many, many, many hats. She is a strong woman of faith, a mother, and a wife. For everything that you do. Nakay, are you there?
Yes, I'm here. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Bessie. You know, I actually called her this morning, like, hey, can you help with the call? So I really appreciate you just being, you know, there's something to be said when someone is dependable. So hopefully, you know, you all have someone in your lives that is just as dependable as Miss Bessie. She's actually out here helping people stay healthy. So I'm super excited to have partnered with her. You know, Bessie, before I let you go, because I know you I know that you have some running to do, right? You have a big responsibility during this time in another class. Tell us just a little bit about your story. Maybe not give any spoiler alerts about your favorite products, but tell us a little bit about your story and some of the things that you've been able to do just by learning how or about this skill of trading.
Well, okay, Nakay, thank you. I've been very successful once I began to take the trading thing seriously. Let me back it up a bit. I apologize. So I was looking for an opportunity to earn extra income and to help sustain my family and put me on the path that I had fell off of as far as my finances and, you know, future secure in that bag. I was searching the internet all over the place to find something that could supplement that income and keep me from having to get a second job. I stumbled upon Forex, and the skill has definitely changed my life. I feel so happy and fortunate to have been able to learn this skill, and it's doing people a real injustice by not sharing that information. So that's why I'm so adamant about getting it out to folks. I will say that I've been able to make the same money that I make clocking into a 9 to 5 here in the foreign exchange market daily. So that's super exciting. I look forward to progressing and to learning, and the more results that I've gotten is the more I've wanted to learn and dive in deeper into this information. I'm not a rocket scientist. I'm not no super mathematician, but this platform has made the education super simple, super easy. I was able to earn this week by on an educational session with the educator by simply taking what they said for an idea for a trade, putting it in my system, and boom, there we go. Let's get half that simple check.
Oh, that's right. So give us an idea. What's been your biggest day so far when it comes to making money with Forex? Because we have people on the line who have never heard what Forex is. They maybe don't know what trading is. You know, we talk about investing, but what we do is specifically trading. But let us know, like, what has been your biggest day so far, and maybe why that was so exciting for you.
My biggest day so far happened actually this week. I was super excited to make a $643 profit in one day, and that was about 4 to 5 hours. So, I'm getting somebody's weekly and a daily, and I'm so excited because it was in the middle of a learning process. We're in class taking notes, and these trade ideas came across, and they showed us some parameters.
Mm-hmm.
Use your best judgment based on your education, and whether you're going to take it or not. I took it, and I took that win.
That's amazing. Thank you. Thank you for sharing. That is exciting.
Very exciting. Okay.
Okay. I know you got some big things to do. Thank you for taking the time to be on the call today. We saw Miss Courtney shouted you out, and Tiandre's on here, it looks like. So listen, let us know, in the comments. We can see you, those of you on YouTube, those of you on Facebook. Give a wave to Bessie. Let her know. Thank you so much for taking her time to be on here. All right. Thank y'all so much, Bessie. I'm gonna hide you. Okay, cool. All right. Thank you so much. All right. Let's see what we got going on here. All right. So the first thing I want you to do, so we did put out, for those of you who registered officially, I know some of you are just tuning into our live. That's absolutely fine. What we want you to do is take some time to download the MetaTrader 4 app. So in the instructions, you were told to make sure to get on the class from a device other than your phone, because you'll need your phone to do a lot of the things that we're doing today. And I want to encourage you to fight that urge of just taking notes and not putting action behind it, because we're here on the line. If you do it right now, you can ask questions while we get started. So I want you downloading the MetaTrader 4 app, because we're going to play one more video for now, just to kind of give you an idea of what is Forex. How many of you on the line are here because you're like, I just got to figure this thing out. I've been hearing about it. Everybody's talking about cryptocurrencies and foreign exchange. I want to know what it is for myself. So don't be shy. Drop in the comments so that we can highlight you. But we're going to play a video that's going to show you specifically what is Forex. And I believe Mr. Hawkins has that prepared for us. So I'm going to add that here. You all let me know if you can see the video, yes or no.
Forex, or FX, is short for foreign exchange. It is the place where you can exchange currencies from all around the world. Many countries are backed by their own banks, thus creating their own economy and currency. When traveling to these other countries, you can participate in the foreign exchange market manually by exchanging your local currency for theirs. As the decades passed and the discovery of the internet came along, Forex found its way online, where traders from all around the world began to trade currencies digitally to turn over profits from the comfort of their home. The foreign exchange market is the largest and most liquid market in the world, trading over $5 trillion a day. far trumping the New York Stock Exchange at 22 billion a day, the Tokyo Stock Exchange at 18 billion a day, and the London Stock Exchange at 7 billion a day combined. To put quite simply, the FX market is where all the money in the world is being exchanged in real time through currencies. And this market attracts individuals who see the opportunity to create a career through trading within the exchange. The FX market is to trade and make money 24/5 with no limits. The market opens Sunday 6 a.m. Sydney time and ends Friday 5 p.m. New York time. Because the market is easily influenced by geopolitical factors, it causes a lot of volatility in the market, creating plenty of trading opportunities we can capitalize on. Through the continued education of the IML Academy, you're going to learn all about the Forex market and how to trade in it. We look forward to seeing you in the next video.
Okay, thank you so much, Mr. Larry Hawkins, a great leader here in the area. We're super excited to be partnered with him. And that video really breaks down what is Forex. It also talked about some of the times that the different markets are open. So let us know in the comments, do you have any questions? Do you have any epiphanies so far? Let us know. Are you getting value? And what I will do is talk about this is the cash flow quadrant. So many of you have heard of Mr. Robert Kiyosaki. He wrote the book Rich Dad Poor Dad, and he had a follow-up book to that. It was also a chapter in Rich Dad Poor Dad talking about the cash flow quadrant. And what that talks about is how 95% of people either work for someone else, right, which is a job, or they own their job, right? And I want to be very clear, we're not dogging jobs. We are absolutely for people to, be working. I believe that you're blessed and fortunate if you have a job right now in 2020. We just believe that it's dangerous to only have a job, right? And what we find is that 60% of people who work for someone, they typically don't have enough money, and 35% of people who own their job typically don't have enough time. And now we're talking about 95% of the population who are sharing only 5% of the entire market. I want you to really wrap your mind around that. Now, when we talk about business owners, this is the top 4%. And some of you have been to something where they cover the cash flow quadrant. A lot of times they stop here with the business owner aspect. And with the business owners, they have systems and people in place to be able to make money, whether they are present or not. Right. And how many people on the line feel like that would be freedom to be able to make money, whether you are physically present or not? Right. But what we're really going to focus on today is the investor mindset. That's why we wanted to show you what is Forex, right? The investor mindset. That's really where we're going to spend the bulk of our time today, because it's super important to understand the difference, right, between all of those. So some of you are on the line and you're like, listen, I just learned about Forex today. Like I wasn't familiar with it previously. Can you give me some information about it? So what we're going to do first is help you set up a $3,000 demo account. Okay. Is anybody excited about that? Drop some something in the comments. Let me know if you're alive. We're going to help you set up a $3,000 demo account. What I need you to do first is download the MetaTrader 4 app. Let me get a picture of that so you can see what it looks like. 1 second. Boom. All right. That's what it looks like. Let me know. Can you see the logo on your screens? All right. So it looks like this. You're going to download it. It's it shouldn't take long to actually download. So I'm not going to give you a whole bunch of time to get it done. I did ask you to do it earlier, but Either way, that's fine. 1 second. All right. Okay, cool. All right, so you should have the MetaTrader 4 app downloaded. You are going to go to settings, and you're going to go to here where it says new account. So it should be the top option once you've hit settings, and then you're going to go to open a personal demo account. Okay, it'll be either the first or second option there. Okay, and once you do that, it's going to give you a few different options. So you can select your dollar amount. You want to select $3,000. There's a part that says leverage. You want to make sure that says 1 to 500. Again, leverage, you're going to make it say 1 to 500. All right. And then you're going to put in your personal information. So it just asks for some very basic information to get you started there. Oh, wait a minute. So open a personal demo account. Then it's going to say enter a company name or server name. Is anybody on that screen? Perfect. You're going to type in HUGOSWAY, and then demo 3 is going to come up. Hugo's Way, demo 3. I'm gonna put that in the comments because I don't have that slide. Hugo's Way. So if you put that in the search, it's going to automatically bring up demo 3. Once you select that, it's going to ask for some of your information. Some of it might already be populated. That's fine as well. For the account type, it should say Hugo Forex. For leverage, you want it to say 1 to 500. And for your deposit, you want to do 3,000. And then you're just going to hit register. Now, I know some of you on the line, you're going to be tempted potentially to not do this with us. I'm going to just let you know now, it's going to be 20 times harder to try to do it yourself later from your notes. I'd rather you do it now while you have the opportunity to ask any questions that you have. Okay. So, let's work smarter and not harder. So you have your Hugo's Way account set up now. It should have opened for you. We want to help you add some cryptocurrencies. So in the top, if you go to where it says quotes on the bottom left side of your phone, at the top right side, there's a plus sign. We want you to hit the plus sign and then scroll till you see crypto, or it might say cryptocurrencies. You're going to select that. And there's a few that we want you to definitely keep an eye on. Any of them that say BTC or BCH, you want to add those. Let me know if you have questions as we go. And then any of the ones that say, let's see, XRP, that's Ripple. Some of y'all know about that. All right, you want to add those as well. So we have a few people looking at the market for us now. Hopefully we'll get a chance to place a trade together. That's one of the reasons why it's so important to make sure that you are doing this with us, because this is a workshop. That means we're going to do some of the work right here together to make sure nobody gets left behind. Okay. All right. Make a lot of sense. All right. Is there anybody of my co-facilitators that can do the buy versus sell video in the back office? Can someone cue that up for us, please? Boom, boom, boom. Anybody have any questions about setting up their demo account? Let me know if you're already there. Okay, Courtney, great. Courtney asked a question. So we're just going to go back. All right. So once your account is set up, you're going to go to where it says quotes at the bottom left corner. Once you select that, you're going to hit the plus sign in the top right corner. And then that's going to give you a list. So in metals, you can do gold, silver's in there, crypto. If you select that, then you'll have the different cryptocurrencies available. We would say to you definitely want to be following Bitcoin to have access so you can look at that. That's anything with BTC or BCH, right? And then another one I would highly recommend is XRP. I made a mistake just there. It won't be the last one. XRP. So any of the ones that say that. Terry, if you're on the line, is there any others that you would recommend real quick before we start this video? Courtney, does that answer your question? Let me know. She's watching on YouTube. We're super excited to have her in here with us. She said, I need to figure this thing out. I said 2020 is my year, and that's exactly what it's going to be. All right. Larry, is there any other ones you would suggest? Cryptocurrencies or oh, hold on. I still got this picture up. Let me take this down so I can see what we're doing here. All right, who's going to play this video for me? I have two people have it ready. Let's see who puts it in the in the way. Okay, Hawk has it up. I'm sorry. Thank you, Terry. All right, here we go. Hopefully y'all are taking notes. Larry, you have to unmute your.
Welcome back to the IMF Academy. In this video, we're going to be discussing the difference between a buy and a sell in the Forex market. Now, as a trader, it's very important that you understand the difference between the two because you can make money both buying and selling currency pairs in the financial exchange market. So to better understand the psychology of this, let's begin to think like a retailer. A retailer likes to purchase goods when they're low and sell goods when they're high. The reason being is because as the goods exchange in value, they stand to make a profit. Now, we can apply the same exact concept to the Forex market where we're buying and selling currency pairs and making money as the value is exchanging. Let's take a look at the live charts here. We went ahead and highlighted different points in the market where the market was high and low. These are the best places for a trader to want to buy and sell inside of the market. The whole goal of making money is to learn when to buy, and you make money as the exchange rate is changing. As an example, when the market is extremely low, we look to put in buy orders, and as the market is coming up, we get to make money. And the same is as true as when the market is high in several examples here. When the market comes to a high point, we look to sell, and as the market comes down, we're able to make money. Okay. Now, a little bit of vocabulary just for you guys. As the market is beginning to come up, you will hear a trader say the market is going long. Long simply means the market is going to start going in an uptrending motion. That means that the trader is going to get ready to buy the currency pair. Now, when a trader says we're going to short the currency pair, that means that the trader is going to sell a certain currency pair and expect the market to come down. Now, the only exception to the foreign exchange market is that you want to be sure that you're on the right side of buying versus selling. I'm going to show you an example here. Let's say you're looking to put in a long position or a buy position right here, and you're expecting the market to come up. If you are correct, then what will happen is that you would begin to make money. However, if you put in a buy order and the market begins to come down, this is where you lose money inside of the market. So as a trader, it's very important that you continue to develop your skills so you're able to identify the high and low points in the market so you know when to buy and when to sell. That concludes our training on buying versus selling in the foreign exchange market. We hope you enjoyed this information, and we'll see you in the next video.
Okay. Can y'all hear me? All right. Mr. Larry Hawkins, can you show us an example of an uptrend or downtrend really quickly? Or what we're talking about when we say those higher highs and lower lows? Give people some hands-on experience here. Courtney, I'm so sorry. I apologize. Thank you so much for clarifying. I appreciate it. Okay. All right, perfect. How many of you all are getting value so far? Let me know. Has anybody learned anything new? We have quite a few people on here. I have people, looks like through Facebook, some people on through YouTube. Are y'all getting value? Let me know. All right, perfect. All right, perfect. Courtney has granted me grace. I appreciate it. All right, so let's see what is next here for you guys. Anybody have any questions so far before we move on? Let me know. Yes, no, maybe so. All right, perfect. 1 second. Huh? Can I play Prodigy on your phone? No, not right now. All right, perfect. So we don't have too much downtime. I'm just, okay, perfect. All right, so Mr. Hawkins, I'm going to invite him on the line this evening. Y'all, please give him 100% of your attention. Drop all distractions around you. This gentleman is just a powerhouse here in Columbus, Ohio. I'm going to have him tell a little bit of his story after he helps us with some of the things that we just saw here. So make sure, go ahead and drop your questions and everything. All right, 1 second. Mr. Hawkins, are you there?
Yes, ma'am. I'm here, Miss Willis. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you fine. All right, take it away.
Okay, so in that video, buy versus sell, we were talking about uptrends and we were talking about downtrends. And hold on, let me see if I can. Boom. Okay, here we go. All right, so we was talking about uptrends and downtrends, right? So here, obvious downtrend, or if you don't know, this is what will be considered a downtrend. And as you see here, you start at a higher point, and then you have a lower low, and then a higher low, which is higher than this low, and then you got a lower low, and then a higher low, and then a lower low. And then we talk about reversal patterns or an uptrend. Well, now this downtrend has reversed and it started going up. So here you have a lower low, and then you have a higher high, and then a lower low, and then a higher high, a lower low, and a higher high. So when you're looking for buy and sells in the markets, you're simply looking for, you're watching whether the market is going down or whether the market is going up. Now, for some people, it may be difficult seeing whether the market is going up or down. So then you can add things like EMAs or Fibonacci's or different tools to show you exactly what it is that, you know what I'm saying, or where to look for certain patterns within the market. But those things are 100% up to the user. So I hope that clarifies some of the, clarifies some of what you saw in the video. And if there are any questions, I'll be happy to answer them.
Okay, perfect. I do want to ask a question. Can you show us and everybody on the line an example of a downtrend, like a really clear, this market is heading for a downtrend?
Yeah, like a clear down.
Even if you have to crop a little bit just to make sure it shows.
So if I take that part of my screen away, if you look here, this
Can
is
everybody here on the line? Let us know real quick.
Okay, if you see here, this is a clear downtrend, right? You go to your, or what I'm looking at is a higher time frame. So this is on the 1 hour time frame. And you can go to whatever time frame that you feel comfortable with, but this here is a clear downtrend. As you see, the market is clearly trending down, right? And then working for an uptrend, let's press play here. And what this will do is it's going to draw the lines out for me.
Right.
And I'm working to speed it up a little bit. So as you see here, the pattern starts to change. You got a real, it hit a low, and then now it didn't come back down below this low. So when it didn't come back down below that low, now you're looking for the trend to change. So once it breaks 1, 2, comes back down 3, when it comes back down, you're looking to buy in the market. So that's going to show you your obvious uptrend. So boom, it touched there, and now you can draw your lines, and now you're looking at an obvious uptrend.
Perfect. And I know in the video they talked about buying when it's low and selling when it's high.
Right.
So this is what you just mapped out here is an example of that. And it almost looks like you waited till there was confirmation, even though there's a pretty clear almost V right here.
Oh, yes, ma'am.
You waited to confirm that it was changing to an uptrend, and then that's when you would be looking to buy.
Right, because the market could always, you want the market to do what you want it to do. And if it's not going to do what you want it to do, then, and that's all predicated off of what you have studied or how you look at, or how you, who you follow in the markets. So how you look at the markets is all based off of who you follow or what strategy you follow. So me, I always wait for confirmation. And every strategy, there's going to be confirmation. So you always want to wait for your confirmations before you take the trade. I use M's and W's. I use EMAs. So this is generally what my charts look like. So for me, a reversal pattern is like when I see my EMAs starting to spread out like so, I'm looking for the reversal. And that's my strategy though. That's what I do.
Right. All right, cool. So tell us a little bit about your trading journey, because you on here, listen, if I'm new, I'm looking at like, okay, a bit about your story and how that might relate to some people that are listening in on the line who are also interested and maybe taking those first steps into a trading journey.
Well, my story is as simple as I'm an entrepreneur at heart, right? So a lot of things that I've done, like, I've had the brick and mortar jobs, and I've worked for companies, and I've been in corporate America, and none of that really suited me because I wanted to be my own boss. And before, and as working as an employee, you go into a job and they have retirement plans, they have benefits, they have, set up vacation time for the employee. But as an entrepreneur, those are some of the things that we take for granted. Like, we don't necessarily set up time to go on vacations. We don't set up investment accounts for ourselves. So, when I found IM, it was a blessing for me because I was looking for a way to invest, and I didn't want to follow the traditional methods. Like, don't get me wrong, I don't see anything wrong with them. I know people who do very well in the stock market, but I wanted to be in control of my money. I wanted to be in control of what I was doing. So ultimately, I found IM, and now with the money that I make from my businesses, I feel like I make better decisions with that money. Not only am I saving it over here, but I'm also investing that money so it can. And since I've been involved with IML, I average 15% a week. So I've had as much as a 400% increase in a week's time. So, my goal is to compound 15% a week. If I do better than that, it's great. And that's how I look at it. I still can't hear nothing you're saying.
Man, that's amazing. I hope you don't mind. I want to keep you a little bit longer because you dropped some numbers, and I just want to be. I just want to put it out there. Oh, okay. Let me know, yes or no. Jazz said he can hear me, so I was
I
like,
hear
all
you
right,
now.
I'm
Yes,
good.
ma'am. You good?
Is it maybe delayed? No.
It's there is a little delay. There is a
Let
little
me try
delay.
this. Can you hear me now?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, perfect. All right. So say hi. All right, perfect. 1 second. T over here distracting me. All right. Uh, so you dropped some numbers. So I just want to be clear. No income claims. He's strictly talking about facts of what he's been able to do, right? So
Yes,
give us an idea, because when somebody hears you say something like, my goal is to grow my account 15% a week, I know that you have blown that out the water, right? Consistently over time. So tell me, for someone who has only ever heard of, a savings account that's 0.02%, or, my investment account is aggressive, but it's 7% a year. When you say 15% a week, can you just tell us a little bit, help us wrap our minds around that?
I mean, compounding 15% a week equally equates to $100,000 a year. And I don't know any 401k investment or any type of investment that can give you those type of returns off of an $100 investment. And you know what I'm saying? And that's just simply compounding that $100 every single week. So, I mean, when we talk about, 15% a week, it's with a bank giving you 7% a year, or even comparison to, they charge you $35 for an overdraft fee. So, and the banks invest into the foreign exchange market. So, you know what I'm saying? Like, to me, it just makes sense to be in the foreign exchange market. I get to control my money. I get to multiply it on levels that nobody else can multiply it on except for me. So I'm very, very happy and content with that.
Right. Okay, perfect. So thank you so much for sharing that with us. We know you're definitely a pillar of the community here in Columbus, Ohio. I don't know if my sons got a chance to catch you, but they were asking you for a job last time you were here. So listen, we're super excited about you. I know your business is growing tremendously, and it makes sense to have a place to be able to put that money to be your own bank and continue to grow it without having to use your hands. So thank you so much for sharing your story. Tell Keith that we said hi. We miss her.
Yes, ma'am, I will.
All right, bye. That's what Larry has a delay, so he's hearing me late. So for those of y'all, that's a little downtime. Okay. All right. Thank you so much. All right. I am going to bring Ezekiel on the line. We know him lovingly as Terry Moore. We're off schedule. All right. Do you have the withdraw your way to 100K? Who can get it up first? All right. So while Terry is bringing that up, Rayshawn, could you hop on and tell us a little bit about what trading has been able to do for you? We all know everybody is quarantine fine, so it's up to you. We just want you to unmute yourself at least and give us a little bit about your testimony of what you've been able to do. Hey, can y'all hear me? Is it that much of a delay? All right. Well, while we're waiting on that, no, we can't hear you. Oh, wait a minute. I gotta add you first. Okay. I'm sorry about that. I'm like, I can't hear you.
Can you hear me now?
Yes, we can hear you. I'm gonna mute from myself so we won't echo.
All right, definitely. Well, first of all, thank you. I know that you and Tiandre, Larry, and also my husband are pillars of this of this new education that has hit the streets for us, and we're running with it. We're telling everybody we possibly know about it. And the reason why is because I believe so much in this education and what it's been able to allow me to do for our family, for our finances. Is one thing having a big day, is another thing having a consistent income, and it's compounding, and it just keeps adding to the overall amount that I have in our investments. And so that's what mainly this skill set has been able to allow me to do, is make good and quality investments, to at the point where I'm getting in at a great buying opportunity and then selling off when I see that it's hit its peak. So those are two of the things that I took from this information, and what we've been able to do as far as the 401k, as far as the private investments that we're making, but then also looking at the world economics in a spotlight, all in one platform, that we're able to really dive deeper and determine if it's a good trade or not, depending on what world economics, right? So thank you again.
Okay, perfect. Hopefully y'all can hear me. We heard Ezekiel giving his testimony. He said, look, my mom does this, y'all. No, we thank you so much. I know you have your hands full, and I know it took a lot for you to take time to be on the call today and be able to share your testimony. I do want to just ask, what are and maybe you covered this, I'm sorry, but what specifically are some of the things that you've been able to do, or when it comes to the peace of mind that comes with having something like this in your back pocket? Can you share that a little bit?
Definitely. So for me, you can hear me, right? You can hear me. Okay. For me, let's see, I think you can hear me. 1 second. Hey, Nikkei, can you ask the question again?
Yes, my apologies. Can you share with us a little bit about what has meant for your peace of mind to be able to have something like this?
Oh, yeah. Okay. So for me, I know that with the skill set, it has the power to pay me for the rest of my life. I know that just by learning the basics, I'm able to determine what an uptrend, a downtrend. I'm able to, have a broker, place a trade. I know how to deposit that money back into my bank account. You know what I mean? And so for me, it's just a trading for a living. It's a forever thing for us. And because once you're exposed to it, you have no choice to be like, oh, I know how to do that. Or when it comes into, when you're looking for that extra stream of income, you know exactly where to go get it. So that's the best thing about what we know about what we're doing here, is that it's a forever thing.
Right, that's perfect. And did you already share your biggest day or some of the things you've been able to do?
Well, my biggest day was $5,927.30. So that number is a great day. It was a great payout. It was a great we felt really great about it. We jumped around when we saw it, and we've been able to pay off some bills with it, i.e. specifically student loans. But I think the thing that really trumps that is what I've been able to do consistently, as I compound that money over time. So I've been able to take a significant amount of money and compound it and made a double. Actually, you can almost call it triple, because I'm about 2,000 away from it being triple the amount that I initially started with. So it's an awesome thing. It's an awesome skill.
That is absolutely amazing. And I think a lot of times when people think of finances, they think of this as being a man's lane. So can you tell us a little bit about what it's like being a woman in this lane, to have been able to accomplish all these things, not just for yourself personally, but for your family, and having a different state of peace of mind, even now. So what does that what does that look like for someone who's a woman who has, had a successful business, a full-time job? Oh, you got basically 1,000 babies over there. Like, what does that look like for someone who's saying like, oh, I'm not really sure I'm gonna have the time to do this.
Right.
And while she's doing that, y'all make sure you.
Yeah, so that's funny that you say 1,000 kids, but yeah, we do have 5 kid mouths to feed over here, and to be honest with you, it gets overwhelming. But I think it will be even more overwhelming if I had to get up and go to work every day and sit in traffic and be out of the household for 9 hours a day versus in the household. I think that would take the pie, as far as stress comes. But for us, it's allowed me to, pull back from the busy work of having to go to work or having to rely on a job for income, but I'm actually able to still put me and my family in a better position with or without a job, and I think that that's the key, because even in this time where so many is being laid off, including myself, I was so happy that 2 years ago I started learning a skill, so that I felt even more confident in this space where we're actually we're we're actually compounding our money, and we're using it to pay bills during a economic crisis time. So I know my husband, without him, being the leader that he is, he also has, a running business, up and running business as well. And collectively, we're able to, just let's just say money is not a problem. Let's just say money, we're not worried about income, just because there's so many ways that we do pull in money into the household.
No, that makes sense. You're not trying to get those "let me borrow some money" calls.
Right. Right.
Let me just one more thing, because I know we talked about some of the income that you've been able to make. We're super excited about that. We just want to clarify, we're not making any income claims. Trading is a skill, and it does take time and effort to be able to learn. But where can they follow your trading journey? Because I know you give a lot of updates. We get to see sometimes what you cook that day. We get to see what the kids are doing. But then also you do post a lot about what you are learning in cryptocurrency and foreign exchange. So let the people know where they can follow you at. And
Well, definitely. So you can find me on Instagram under Mrs. Moore Motivation. That's Mrs. Moore Motivation. My husband's Mr. Moore Motivation. And also on Facebook under Rayshawn Moore, where I post a lot more in detail about, my aggressive investments and what I'm pursuing at any given time.
okay, thank you so much. I know you got to get to those babies. Thank you for being on. We really appreciate it. I'm actually going to bring on Mr. Moore Motivation. So thank you so much for your time. And I guess y'all going to switch who's holding the baby, or however y'all going to do that to bring him on. But thank you. All right. So, Mr. Moore, if you are there, let me know.
Yes, I'm here. Can you guys hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you. And I'm going to let you talk.
Okay, I think there's a delay. I'm not sure if you guys can see my screen or not. Can you see the compounding interest sheet? Because I think it's a delay. So I'm not sure if y'all can hear me or not. But okay, we good. Okay, perfect. All right, so let me just go ahead and go over this. First of all, I want to throw it back to Mrs. Willis and her husband, Mr. Tiandre Willis. It's been an awesome pleasure to work with these fabulous set of individuals who exemplify great leadership, and they really demonstrate what it's like to build something forcefully with your will intact and just ladies and gentlemen, I don't want to ramble, but they're some phenomenal people. Just want to edify them and let them know that we do appreciate what it is that they do for the Columbus Trade Lounge, for us as a whole, for us as a family. If it wasn't for them, we wouldn't have been able to actually even been introduced to this opportunity. So just want to give a kudos to them and say we appreciate you guys for what you have done, the leadership that you've shown, being able to keep everything running as smooth as it has been thus far. And, we look forward to our future success. So we're going to go ahead and talk about this compounding interest sheet. This was actually given to us, created by one of our leaders in the group. And we ran across a couple of them. But this one specifically was to really give people the opportunity to withdraw their way to 100K. Because what we found is a lot of times when people make money in the market, they were actually giving it right back. Oh, okay. I'm sorry. My camera's not on. See, I ain't want to jump on here because I ain't had my fro together. But anyways, so we basically what we found is that people were literally giving their money back to the market. So we said, hey, let's create a plan because I'm sorry. Always like to refer back to this book. It's called The Millionaire Booklet by Grant Cardone. And he has a statement in there. He says, do the math to create the possibility and then create a strategy, right? So that was the second step to actually becoming a millionaire, which is do your millionaire math. So I'm so happy and grateful that somebody actually did the millionaire math for us, and all we have to do is plug in the number. Now, Mr. Hawk, Larry Hawkins Jr., who is is the self-proclaimed best trader in Ohio, right? We like to call him the professor because he has shown and proved. He mentioned earlier that $100 can be compounded by 15% a week, and in a year end up with over $100,000. So we just want to show you that millionaire math so that you can create the possibility in your mind, and then let you know that we actually already have a strategy that's set up to make this work for you if you learn this skill set. So we're going to just do the first week, the third week, the 9th week. I think that's what we're going to do here, right? Or first week. So we just going to go through a couple months, right? So we get started with $100. The goal is to grow your account by 50% per week and then withdraw 10% of your total balance. So when you're compounding, the goal is to never end up with the same amount as you started with from the beginning, right? Because most people like to take their money out or make a profit, and then they take the money out and then they leave what's left in there. But if you compound it, which is what I'm going to show you here over time, you'll see that leaving that money in there and taking a small percentage out just for yourself to stack or put to the side is going to do you a lot greater service than pulling out that profit. So what we looking at here is the first week you're going to start with $100, and the goal is to grow that by 50%. We were going through some of the information and education videos, but we also have software that actually calls out trades for you. So let's just say you just got started today. You downloaded that app that Miss Willis advised you to download, which is the Money app. We call it the Money app. It's the MetaTrader 4 app. But now you have access to now begin to plug in trades. So video number 27 actually on the education literally tells you how to place a trade on an iPhone. Video number 28 is how to place a trade on an Android, or flipped over, vice versa, one of those two. So you get access to that information. They tell you exactly how to plug in your coordinates, how to plug it into an iPhone or Android, depending on which one you're using. You get access to the software. It gives you the exact coordinates of what to put in. and you go and do that. So you take that $100 and you grow it by 50%. That 50% means that at the start of the week, you had 100. At the end of the week, you had $150. So if you ask you a question really quickly, if you were able to, if you put your $100 in your bank account, in your savings account at the end of the week, how much money would you have in your bank account? Probably $100, maybe 98, 87, 55, right? So having the ability and the skill set to grow your account by 50% is definitely a good thing, a skill set to have. So let's just bounce down to week number 12, which would be the first month. That'll be the third month. So from $100, right, you've grown your account, let's just say by 50% each week, hypothetically, 50% each week. Now, and at the end of the third month, from $100 invested, you now have $2,714.39. So your goal for week number 12, which is month number 3, right, the beginning of month number 3, is to grow that by 50%. So you grow that by 50%, and now you end up with $4,071.58. So now you withdraw 10% of that. 10% of that is $407.16, right? So in total, what you've been able to accumulate from week 1 to week 12, starting with $100, compounding your account by 50% every week, and taking out 10% and putting it to the side. So at the end of week 12, you have total put aside $1,527.61. But you have accumulated in your account by week 13, $3,664.42. Ladies and gentlemen, that is the power of compounded interest. Let's just skip down to week. Okay, so let's just go down to week 38. Week 28, I'm sorry. Week 28, that is about 7 months, 8 months, right? From a $100 investment, compounding your account by 50% every week. See, this is the reason why leaving the money in the account is so important, because when you leave it, compounding 50% of $100 is a lot different from compounding 50% of 330,000, right? So now your goal is to compound 330,000, grow that by 50%. So you actually do that. You utilize the software that the company gets you, or maybe you're proficient enough to actually start calling out your own trades, and you actually grow your account by 50% that week. So at the end of the week 28, you have $495,567,000.72. Now you're going to withdraw. Listen, you're going to withdraw $49,556.77 to have a grand total of $191,104.69 put aside. Now, what you have in your trade account for week 29 to grow again by another 50% is $446,000. So, ladies and gentlemen, the power of compounding interest is something that, is really one of the new rules to money. So there's actually 3 rules. So I'll give them all of them to you right now. The first rule is that profits are better than wages. When you actually learn this skill set, ladies and gentlemen, you're going to have the ability to now take the wage that you make from your job, right? Take that wage and make a profit with it. In fact, I wrote this down. Our CEO said it. I was watching one of the calls this morning. He said it doesn't matter what kind of business you're in or what you're doing. He says, when you're receiving an income, you can trade it in the markets and create your own cash flow. And that's the beauty of what it is that we're teaching. So it doesn't matter what you do. If you work at McDonald's, if you work at a warehouse, if you're a CEO of a major company, if you are creating an income, you can now trade it and create your own cash flow. And then number 2 of the new rules to money is that it takes money to make money, right? $100, but guess what? It doesn't have to be a lot of money, and it doesn't have to be your own money. And then the last rule was that you have to understand the power of compound interest, what we just went over just now. So once you get those 3 things and you find a vehicle, once you understand those 3 principles, then you find a vehicle that you can actually apply it to. That's when your life is going to really, really accelerate. And that's what we have here with I Am Mastery Academy. So I'll turn it back over to Miss Nikkei Willis. I appreciate you for allowing me to just share this with the people. Hopefully you guys got some value out of what we talked about today.
Thank you so much. So I know that you gave us a lot of knowledge and information. We certainly appreciate it. I want you to clarify for us. Don't be hiding, okay? I want you to clarify for us. For people that see this, I think Larry kind of touched on it, see this and feel like, you know, wait a minute, this is too good to be true. Yes, I've heard some testimonies from people that look just like me, but now I'm seeing these numbers. You're telling me $100 can be $1 million over time. This, like, how would you explain it for someone that's like, but make it real for me? Like we've shown them everything that we can, but how do we make it real for the average person?
Am I off mute? Okay, yeah, I'm good. Okay, I think that's a good question, man. How do we make it real for the average person? I think that real is a subjective term, right? It's real is based off of belief. And, you know, my mentor, Mr. David Imanitie, he always says, he ends a lot of his presentations with this line. He says, most people aren't successful in life because of a lie that was told to them. They're not successful because of the truth that was told to them that they did not believe. So I think that to make this real for a person, you know, they have to first have a belief that, or an awareness that, you know, this is already happening, right? What we're talking about is not like it's foreign, or it's not like where we made this up in our basement. If you cut on Bloomberg, if you cut on the Money Show, this is what they're talking about right now. So basically, what we're doing as a company is giving people the opportunity to learn a skill set that's going to put them in position to actually be able to make what you see as maybe fantasy, actually make it a reality for yourself.
I keep forgetting I mute myself. So do you have a little bit of time to be able to show people, you know, because obviously we have this online education. I think most of us didn't know what Forex was, you know, 3 years ago, 4 years ago. But do you have availability to give us a tour of the back office and show, you know, people online, like, what exactly does this look like? What am I getting myself into? Even when it comes to just showing, like, maybe what library of videos are available, what does the live mentorship look like, at least initially? Give them an insider's view.
Oh, absolutely. I could definitely do that. I can definitely do that. Let me get my screen. Is my screen still being shared? Okay, cool, perfect. All right, so welcome to the I Am Mastery Academy. So basically what we have here is, you know, you have your home page. Let's just go to it. It's probably going to start me over. Okay. So this is your home page where you have everything that's basically going on with the Academy. We have updates on the front page, what's happening. course curriculum. You got what's next, what level I'm on, FRX City. So you got your completions, but basically the most important thing we want to share with you guys today is the academies, right? What you have access to as far as being able to learn and start your journey to becoming a master Forex trader, or maybe just someone that wants to, you know, create a residual income or a passive income on the side in addition to their job. Maybe you don't want to quit your job. Maybe you're just looking for ways to grow your money. This is what you're going to have access to. So what you're looking at here is basically our FRX Academy, where we have it in different languages. We got Spanish, German, French, Portuguese, and of course, English. Now, when you log into the Forex Academy, what you're going to get access to is, first of all, the Forex Handbook, which basically is, let me pull it up for you guys. See if it's going to come up. Okay, so I don't want to download it. But the handbook basically just shows you exactly what the Forex Academy is all about. It explains the product. It explains the series, what you're going to get, what to expect out of the education, and the objectives of what we look to accomplish as you go through the Forex Academy. So right here is that 100 series. And like in the presentation, we talk about having access to, you know, world-class education. And a lot of times, most people aren't familiar with Forex, right? This may be your first time ever hearing about Forex, or, you know, just seeing a video or having an opportunity to look at something like this. So because a lot of people aren't familiar with it, just based on the history, maybe about 10 or 15 years ago, you would have needed you would need a $3 million net worth just to have a conversation about Forex, right? And 5 to 6 figures to invest, and another 5 to 6 figures just to get the education to learn how to do it yourself. So, you know, that was a conversation that most of us, you know, our parents and our ancestors probably weren't having. So now, but thanks to the internet and retail brokers, we now actually get to, you know, now have that conversation. And this is what gives you access to the education so that you can learn how to do what the experts and the professionals and the people who employ money have been doing for years, right? So we start from the very beginning. What is Forex, right? Basically a short video, maybe about 4 or 5 minutes. And after the video, you're going to get an assessment where you have the opportunity to go through a series of questions that the company is going to ask you, that we put together to make sure that you have an understanding of what it is that you watch before you move on to the next video. So then you're going to have the history of Forex, what's traded in Forex, market participants, you know, how to set up your trading view account, you know, when to trade, right? A lot of times people get into the market, they don't know when to trade. It's a time period from 5 p.m. to 1 a.m. It's called dead gap, right? Or the dead zone, where there's not a lot of market movement. And a lot of people get trapped in the market trading in those time frames because they don't have the education, right? We learned that through the education, when to trade in Forex. Little earlier, we went over buy versus the sell. How do you get your money, right? How do you make your money? That's what you're going to learn with what is a pit, right? What is a lot size? What are pending orders? What are, you know, the bid price versus the ask price? See, it's a lot of different information that you're going to learn. So like we said, we break it down from the very basics all the way up to, you know, college level PhD instruction, you know, up to in our 400 series where we got market geometry, 1, 2, 3. 300 series, we got continuation patterns, support and resistance, price reversals, you know, pairs and crosses, pivot levels, different strategies that you're going to learn, ladies and gentlemen, to help you become a consistent, profitable trader and literally be able to go into your trade account and take $100 and begin to compound it. Listen, if you don't understand, 52 weeks, it's going to come regardless. It's coming whether you want it to come or not. Why not learn a skill set so that in that 52 weeks time, at the end of it, you could be a lot different, or your situation could be a lot different than what it is right now. So, and it's all access online 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. This is how we learn how to trade, right? When we got started, we didn't know anything. We went through the academy, we learned, we followed the educators, and we got educated. We also have what's called our Go Live. Now, Go Live has to do with the mentorship, right? You have over 100 plus educators that are literally showing you exactly what it is that they do, to become consistent, profitable traders in the digital currency market and in the foreign exchange space. So each educator has, a product or basically a strategy that's attached to what they teach. So you got the harmonics. Of course, you want to know the mindset, right? You got to have the mindset of a trader. See, what we believe success contains is two things, right? Two major things. You got to have the right mindsets and you got to have the right skill set. And guess what, ladies and gentlemen, we're working on both of them right here in I Am Mastery Academy. Then you got the foreign exchange basics, right? You got the foreign exchange advanced. That this is for people who are a little more advanced, right? Who may have, been trading for a year, 2 years. They're past the basics. They already know what's Forex. They know how to draw a trend line. They need some more advanced level things to help them step their game up. So we have that available for them as well. We got the digital currencies for people who want to learn about digital currency, blockchain, right? We're going to teach you the technology behind all of that and give you the strategies. We also have Vibrata, which is our web analyzer. Basically, it scans the market for news, the internet for news, and then it gives you specific entry points on when to enter the market and when to exit. Gold Cup, man, ladies and gentlemen, we just have a host of products that are going to help you become profitable. My favorite, which I'm going to advocate for, is Swipe Coin. This one right here. Listen, I have not lost yet with Swipe Coin. I have not lost, not one time. Let me see. Let's see if we still in. Okay, we in limbo right now. But listen, I ain't lost one time with Swipe Coin, right? So I'm still waiting on him to go ahead and take profit. Let me pull him up. Oh, y'all can't see that. Let's see that Bitcoin trade right there. Let's go to the week. Man, it don't matter. But anyways, man. So listen, man, I ain't lost with Swipe Coin yet. I'm excited about the products, the services, everything that they got to offer. Man, just get connected to the information. Just be coachable and teachable. Allow Nikkei, allow Mr. Hawkins, allow myself, allow my wife to guide you and help you become profitable. Let us help you help yourself. You can take it back, Nikkei.
Thank you so much. Before I take it back, we had Courtney. He's been watching with us from the beginning, so we're ecstatic. He's obviously ready to take his life to a different level. But he wanted to know how long did it take you to really get the hang of trading and really make money, the money you were wanting to make. So we know that there's a difference between like the first day of being profitable. I know my husband and I, our first profitable trade was 87 cents. We were doing cartwheels and going out to eat, like, because, that's what it took for us to know that it was real. And we knew that it was a skill. And if we could do that with just, 10 cents, what could we do with $100? So give us an idea of you. We know everybody's different. We'll talk a little bit about that, but if you could share a little bit.
Yeah, good question, Courtney. Definitely a good question. because the education, like we've seen here, is 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, right? You have complete access to it. So really, that question of how long will it take me or a person to become profitable, we really don't know, because the time frame and the availability for you to be able to look at the information is based upon, right, your availability and your discipline to sit down and watch the video. So for some people, they actually learn fast. They go through it, they get in, they watch the videos, they do it, and they're learning fast, and they're profitable within 90 days or within 30 days. Then you have other people whose time may be a little different. They might be working 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 hours a day, got other obligations, and then the only time they can watch it is kind of like late at night, maybe an hour and a half, maybe a little less than an hour before they got to go to bed, get up and go to work. So it might take them a little bit longer. But this is what we recommend, Courtney. An hour a day in the academy, 5 days a week. Now, and do that for 90 days. And at the end of 90 days, you won't be a master trader, but you will be proficient enough to actually start calling out some of your own trades. And, you don't have to wait that long to be profitable, but you do want to wait that long to, or you can wait that long to actually start being a proficient trader in the market. Hope that answers your question.
So Courtney, let us know if we answered your question. Thank you so much for being on. Tiandre did comment that he's still learning daily, right? I think all of us would say, I think when we first got started, we would say, be a student always, right? And that's something that we live by here. But Tiandre shared that he felt comfortable trading after about 2 months. And I will say what he's referring to is calling his own trades or trusting his own market analysis. So those are things that you learn as you're in. Our recommendation is an hour a day, 5 days a week in the education. From that, I mean, a lot of people I had talking here, like I said, didn't really even know what foreign exchange was maybe 4 years ago. So, I mean, it's just really powerful. The 4 years are going to come either way. So why not have a new skill under your belt? Mr. Moore, thank you so much for sharing. Did you get a chance to share your testimony? I got booted for a second.
She did. Oh, I'm sorry, I'm muted. I said, my testimony is good, man. Wife, she pretty much, nailed everything down. Really, I just think that, learning this skill set has allowed me, because 2 years ago, I was working, 60, 70 plus hours a week in my cleaning business as a subcontractor. And in my mind, I thought I actually owned a business, right? And actually had the conversation with my mentor. He asked me, "Hey, Terry, can you walk away from your job or from your business for 6, maybe 12 months and you still have a business when you get back?" And I was like, no. And that's when I came to the realization that I actually didn't own a business, but I owned a job. So, of course, I had to go in when I was sick. I had to go in when I was tired. When other people called off, I had to go in when they was sick and when they was tired. So I was doubly sick and doubly tired. So, just learning this skill set has really given me the opportunity to make my money work for me in more than just one way. So just a long story short, I'm excited about being a part of this company, being a part of learning this information, and being a part of really sharing it with people. My biggest day was about $4,687.19 or something like that. So, I mean, I think that just learning the skill and being able to have a big day like that, I'm looking to add a couple more zeros though. How about you?
I think one of the most powerful things that I've heard you say before is that, before when we would talk about being millionaires, it was kind of like when kids are on the porch saying, that's my card, right? And it's like, yeah, I believe it's going to happen one day. This is going to fall in my lap. I'm going to be a millionaire, right? But versus now that you really have a tangible skill and you're able to see like really what are some of those new rules of money and actually being able to apply them for yourself and your family. That feels a little bit different now when you say I'm gonna be a millionaire, right?
Yeah, exactly. It does. It does. It does. It does. Because it's before, like you said, it was just like pie in the sky. But when you're actually doing it, like that is the most, what they say, success is the progressive realization of a worthy ideal or goal. So if success is the progressive realization of a worthy ideal or goal, we did the millionaire math, we followed a plan, at this specific date, as long as everything does what it's supposed to do, I'm gonna be doing a bird man, rubbing my hands together. So man, I'm just excited, man. It's a blessing, man. We're blessed, and especially to have such a great attitude in a time where it seems like everybody is so worried and so uncertain about what is going to happen. I think that just having this skill set and having each other and having this community has really blessed all of us, in a tremendous way. So I'm excited. I'm happy about the future. I'm happy about now. And let's just keep building and growing, sharing this
I
with
love
people.
it. I love it. We're definitely serious about what we do, but we have a good time doing it. I'm just gonna hold you hostage one more time. Can you let the people know where to follow your trading journey? Obviously, we did talk about numbers. He's just talking about facts, what he was able to do. We're not making any income claims. Trading is a skill. It requires knowledge and effort. So keep that in mind. But where can they follow your trading journey? They want to see the moment you announce your next biggest day.
More motivation at Instagram, Terry Moore, Ezekiel Judah Israel on Facebook. You can also follow my page, More Motivation Enterprises, The Secret Behind the Secret. More Motivation Enterprises, and The Secret Behind the Secret. And you can connect with me there. Follow me. Appreciate you.
Perfect. Thank you so much. Thank you for taking the time. We certainly appreciate you and your leadership. We're glad that you still have your, business. I know it's very successful. So thank you so much for being a servant of the community and creating jobs out here, right? We're not against jobs. Okay, one second. Oh man, so we have somebody that has an Android phone, and I'm not 1,000% familiar, but I think if Mr. Hawkins is still on the line, and that's my bad. I should have had something queued up for you, AC. I believe that's Angela. Am I right? Yeah, AC is Angela. She's tuning in from YouTube. All right, so are you familiar, Terry? We gotta get Larry on
I was
here.
going to upgrade. So
Don't
you need that
do
iPhone
it.
too? No,
Don't do it. All
I'm
right, go
not.
ahead.
I'm not
Let me,
familiar.
let me see
Sorry.
if Larry. One second, we're gonna get you some help, Angela. I just don't want to tell you wrong. I do believe so, Terry. I'm gonna drop you out because I Ezekiel's over there testifying himself. He like, yes, we are rich. So Junior is known as Baby Pips. Okay. Larry said no. Okay. All right. So I do believe on Android, it automatically sets you up like a demo account. I know you haven't used it in a long time, Larry, but at least you have some experience. That's all I'm saying. All right. So I think that you have to go to, I think that your settings is in the top left corner. Tag on it. You know what, Angela? Let me give you my number. 1 second. Oh man, can I put my number on here? Somebody ask T real quick. All right. Angela, I'm gonna put my number on here and I'm gonna actually, are you on our Facebook? Let's do that. If you inbox me, I'll do a call. I'll call one of my friends. There, trust me, there's tons of people on Android. We don't want to make it seem like that's, you know, a problem. It's really not. There's thousands of people on Android that are happy, successfully trading. And I will get one of them on the line and we'll get you set up 2 days so you can have your demo account. We were hoping to be able to place a live trade with you all. We wanted to try to keep this under an hour and a half. I'm fibbing. We wanted to try to keep it under an hour, but we had just so much information. You guys were so phenomenal. We just couldn't bounce out early on you guys. Angela, we will get that set up for you. So let me know. Do you have a video you can show right now? Hawk, let me know in the chat. Actually, I'm just going to bring you on. I'm just going to bring you on. Do you have a video right now?
Can you hear me? All right, give me a couple seconds. I got you. Hold on. This is what I'll do. How about I just drop the link because these videos are like 15 minutes long.
Bro, we definitely can't pay a 15-minute video. So, Angela, do me a favor, inbox. I think you're on Tiandre's YouTube. So just inbox on there, or I don't know. Can you inbox on YouTube? Y'all know I be making stuff up now. I'm old. So inbox us somewhere. So it's Tiandre Willis, Nikkei Willis on Facebook, Instagram, all that's the same. Inbox us and we will get you that information. All right, cool. All right, so I think that's it for us. Larry, I didn't give you a chance to say where you were, where you are, I'm sorry, where they can follow your trading journey. So give us that.
Okay, cool. Can you hear me? Can you hear me and see me? I don't know.
We can hear you. Hold on, I'm gonna drop this picture real quick.
Boom. Okay. My name is Larry B. Hawkins Jr., also known as Hawk. You can find me on the majority of all social media platforms at Larry B. Hawkins Jr., also known as Hawk. So that's where you can find me at, okay? Or www.workwithhawk.today. Yes, ma'am.
He had the pitch deck. I thought you were, you know, trying to be a rapper. All right.
No.
All right. Boom. Y'all like this? Y'all like this platform? Give me some feedback. Is this better than Zoom? Yes, no, maybe so. All right. Hawk gave me the all right. Angela said, don't do me. She said, don't do me. Angela, we got the link for you. I'm gonna post it here for everybody. So this is for setting up your account on an Android. And then we do offer that in a class. So if you want to hop on the 6 o'clock, I'll make sure that I already have that queued up for you and all of our Android users. We love you guys. Listen, don't get it twisted. Okay. It's just fun and games. So listen, we love you all. I got my leaders blowing up the chat. All right, cool. All right. So listen, Larry, I'm gonna kick you out, man. You keep leaving me hanging. All right, cool. So again, you can follow everybody's journeys. Y'all know our social media and everything like that. Make sure that you follow us, get with us, get back with the person that invited you to the training today. If you did not register for training, you're missing out because there's some freebies that we sent out via email to help prepare for the class, but then also to follow up from the class. So if you did not get a chance to do that, go to newrulesofcurrency.com and register for our 6 o'clock class. Also, give us some feedback. If you are tuning in for the replay, or you caught bits and pieces of it here and there, give us some feedback. Is this way too long? Do we need it shorter? Do we need it longer? Do we need more information? Do we need to have the information for Androids queued up? Obviously, right? We already got that. Stuff like that. So again, we're very serious about what we do, but we love to have a good time doing it. Thank y'all for spending the afternoon with us. We'll see you again at 6 p.m. Again, to register, if you want to refer somebody to register for that class, it is newrulesofcurrency.com. I hope that you follow all the leaders that you heard from here today, because I guarantee you, when you see them a few weeks from now, they'll have even bigger and better stories to tell. So we're super excited about that. So remember, where you are in life, it may not be your fault, but it is for sure your responsibility. So make sure that you get some now so that you can grow.